Hey everybody, what's going on? Today we are doing another game of the Rise of Queensdale. This is our 5th game. So Sarah, are you excited to play another round of the Rise of Queensdale?
I am. I'm really liking this. And we have some new story cards for you today, so there may be some gameplay changes coming in. So yeah, let's get started, yeah?
Definitely.
Okay. So we're instructed to read this at the beginning of a game where at least one player has the following epoch goal, with epoch 4, which Nick does this time. So we'll read these 4 cards. And we looked up this word, and it was epoch?
You're saying it right now, epoch. And it's supposed to be epic.
Epic, that's right.
Yeah,
So
which is kind of weird.
It is kind of weird.
The spelling is different.
Yeah, I'm familiar with epic being E-P-I-C. And this word is E-P-O-C-H, I think. But we did look it up to see if we were pronouncing it correctly, and it's actually epic. So I will try to recall that from now on. All right. So, traveling merchants from near and far realms had heard of the up-and-coming new city and set out to Queensdale. They brought with them a rare and hereto nearly unknown stone to the valley called marble. The merchant praised the stone for its simple elegance and explained that no self-respecting house would refrain from using marble. People were curious, especially the more wealthy personages in the valley. Take the marble tokens from the box and place them next to the bread, now at the beginning of each new game. Shuffle the herb tokens face down and randomly draw one of each type. We just want to make sure it's not the clairvoyant token. And then replace those tokens with some special tokens which are going to have marble on them. So when we gather herbs, we may have a chance of finding some marble now. The tokens that we remove from the game will actually be removed from the game, and we will never play with them again.
Oh my.
Now, if one of our scouts finds a marble, we'll take marble from the supply. But marble can never be carried from one game to the next.
Okay.
From now on, you can erect statues. We'll affix sticker 18 to the action board in space D right here. So we'll put a sticker right here. Erecting a statue always costs 2 marble, but it is not an action. We'll take stickers 37 and keep them in reach for now and at the beginning of each game. Statues are always affixed to the edge of one of your buildings. Make sure the function of the building stays fully visible. You may only apply up to 1 statue to each building. You get a statue by using the erect statue action. Whenever you erect a statue, you gain fame points according to the number of visible statues you own. 1 to 3 statues gets you 4 points each. Statues 4 to 6 gain you 5 points each. And if you have 7 or more statues, you gain 6 points each. Once all statue stickers have been used, you cannot erect more statues. And when you erect your 4th statue, you get a bonus sticker that you place on your die. The same thing happens if you erect your 7th statue. You always affix the new bonus sticker at the end of the current round and over any previous related bonus sticker. If you build over a building that has a statue on it, your statue disappears, but your die still retains its bonus sticker. If you use the die with the bonus sticker 2 or 3, the king himself will visit your burrow. Wow. He will marvel at your splendid statues and reward you with 3 or 5 fame points.
Ooh.
All right, now we have some special text for the player who has a particular symbol to read, and I just happen to be the player who has that symbol. So my family was a family of artisans. Yeah, I'm an artist. And so this is related to that, it would seem, because of this little artist palette that's visible here. So, marble, this isn't new. My family has been importing and working with marble for a long time. Philistines. This city is full of Philistines. I immediately get one statue that I may affix to one of my buildings. However, I don't gain the fame points for it I normally would. And in addition, I get one marble from the supply. If the Epic 1 punch board still has some pink buildings, we'll have to remove it from the game completely. And if the Epic 4 punch board will come out of the box and new buildings will become available, including pink and gray buildings. It just basically changes the cost of some buildings, and it introduces us to some new buildings. One of which would allow us to, when drawing a figure from the bag, it actually allows us to draw 2 figures and then choose one. However, if you draw a courier, you must keep the courier. There's also gray buildings, which let you trade resources to the supply. Any 2 materials of the same type will get you 1 resource of your choice. 4 items will get you 1 marble. Doesn't count as an action, and you can trade multiple times in a row, but only if you complete an action, but only to complete an action where you pay the resources that you get. So there's a bit of a trade thing going on there. There's also a building that lets you trade 1 marble for any 2 resources, as many times as you like. There are a couple of pink buildings that it seems like might replace some existing pink buildings we have, and we can pay, if we already own a pink building with the same resource, we can pay the pictured cost and build over an older building. So I think that's going to be for buildings like this. It's going to let us build over this with the same type, but instead of 1 brick, it's going to give us 2, or etc. Now we're going to apply a bunch of rule stickers to the manual and remove these 4 cards from the game.
All right.
We'll do that, and then we will get back to you. I think we're going to start, probably, and then we'll get back to you when we come across another story element.
Or mid-game, whichever comes first.
Whichever happens first.
All right, we'll get back to you guys after we start another game of the Rise of Queensdale. Loving it so far. And it's just turning out to be one of those good legacy games. One of them good legacy games. Yeah. All right. Talk to you guys in a few. Bye-bye. Hello, Sarah. How we doing so far in our 5th game of the Rise of Queensdale?
We're doing pretty good. We're a little bit more than halfway through my game. And we are 29 divided by 2 is 14 and a half. So we're a little bit more than halfway through your game as well. So far in the game, I have been able to acquire another item of clothing and auction another item of clothing. So that means that I've met my condition to replace my story sticker, which is right there. So when I'm next able to place a sticker on my die, I can cover this over if I want to now. So that was the thing that happened. I have prepared a new building site, and I've also built a new structure, one of the new structures that came out this game. This is going to allow me to trade 2 resources for any 1 resource or any 4 resources for a marble. And I got to start the game with a marble. So in this round, I'm going to get to exchange some resources for a marble using this building here, and then I will be able to erect my second statue this round as well. The statues are kind of interesting. The more you have, the more points that is worth. So if you have 1 to 3 statues, it's worth 4 points per statue, I believe. And then if you have 4 to 6 statues, they're each worth 5, and if you have 7 to 14, they're each worth 6. Plus, you get to read some story cards on completing, I believe it's like your 3rd and your 5th, maybe, statues. So that's pretty cool. What's going over there in Honey Badgerville?
Because Honey Badger don't care. Well, I got some more bling. I've got the sweet crown, plus with the sweet shades I got from last game. Sir Swag Frederick here is it's doing alright. I got some more buildings where if I draw 2 workers from the bag, I will be able to get 2.
You
And
draw
then
2 workers
draw
from
2
the
and
bag
then
and then keep 1.
keep 1.
Your choice, unless there is a white worker, then you have to keep that one, the courier.
Yeah, because that gets
Courier.
some more. Courier. I think because that gets a more. What's it called? More story into the game. But no, I feel pretty confident. I have to keep kind of racing because your epic is closer than mine.
Yeah, my epic is 7 points ahead of yours.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how.
But you've stayed pretty well ahead of me through the entire game. I've gotten pretty close to you several times, but you've been able
I mean,
to
you've
stay
just
ahead
been
the
a
whole
step
time, so-
behind, really. I mean, that's just I'm like being mindful of my points and everything I'm doing within the game because if I don't, then you're like right there, right behind me. So I feel like I have to try to be upfront with points.
With legacy games, I feel like there's always a balance between this game and the campaign. So you want to like make sure that you're doing well in this game, but not at the expense of the campaign. And sometimes you need to do well in the campaign at the expense of this game. So it's always kind of a balancing act, I feel like, in legacy games. But I feel like I've done pretty well. I've been able to build at least 1 building every game, and
get building sites, more building sites.
yeah, and I've been able to continue to prepare building sites. So I feel like even though I've been constantly behind you, points wise, and even progression through the legacy game, I feel like I'm at least doing things that are gonna keep me moving forward in the campaign, things that are good overall for like the overall like length of the campaign, not just for the games that I'm losing. So
Yeah.
hopefully at some point that will catch up and I'll be in a good position. So.
Yeah, I mean, this game, it's kind of looking like where you'll probably. I mean, you might get there before I will.
Perhaps.
But I mean, we'll have
I
to
still
see.
have 9 points left to get to my epic, and you have 12 points left.
So we'll see. But yeah, we're still loving the legacy game of the Rise of Queensdale, and almost fell over there. It's all good. But yeah, so we'll get back to you guys to see who is the winner and loser of our 5th game. All right, doodles. Hello, Sarah. So how did it end for you in this 5th game of the Rise of Queensdale?
It ended fairly well and pretty quickly. So they introduced marble and statues in this game. And because I am like the artisan player, because that was randomly assigned to me at the start of the game, I'm the artist. When we introduced marble, I got some free marble. And I was able to use that in part. Oh, and I also got to erect a free statue. So at the beginning of the game, I started with a statue, and then I got half of the marble I needed to erect another statue. And then later in the game, I was able to get the rest of the marble I needed to erect a second statue. And when you erect statues, you get points per statue based on the number of total statues you have. So I had 2 total statues at that time. So I received 4 points per statue. So in one move, obviously one that I'd been working to for a while, but in one move, I was able to gain 8 points. So that shot me up the track to almost the win. I needed 1 point to win. And then I was doing some herb gathering, and I have a building that allows me to sort of peek at herbs before I gather them, but I had used it on some other herbs, and then I just randomly picked up an extra point while I was herb gathering. So the game ended very, very quickly, I think. But the marble statues are cool. I now have 2 marble statues in my burrow. So when I complete a 3rd one, I am going to get of 12 points. And then additionally, I believe upon completion of the third, you also get to read another story card. Your fourth statue. You get a bonus sticker. So if I can complete 2 more statues, I'll get an extra sticker for one of my die, which will be really cool. So yeah, that was neat. I have this building here that lets me trade resources for marble. Right now, the only other way to get marble is by finding it in the herb fields. There is a few herbs, not very many, but a few of the herbs also have marble in them, and so you might find some marble while you're gathering herbs. But other than that, this is the only way to get marble. And I am saving. I have my family member. His last ability was that he gave me 2 seals. And I'm saving my seals because I'm thinking that if I can get one of these marble stickers for my die, then I might have a nice engine going there with the statues, because you do get tons of points when you build statues, especially the more statues you've already built. So if I can get one of these marble icons to put on my die, that would be great. And I have 2 of the 3 seals that I need to get that die upgrade right now. So yeah, I'm heading into the next game with a little bit of resources, not too many. I have a couple of bricks and I have a gilder, and I've got those 2 seals. But that's all I'm heading into the next game with. I do have 1 build site prepared, so I can build an additional building over here if I want to. But yeah, for me, that's just about it. We haven't done the end of game wrap up for this yet, so there may be some other things that come out that I'll be able to walk into the next game with. But right now, that's where I stand.
Awesome.
What's going on over there?
Well, I am trying to... Well, I didn't make it to my epoch or epic, so that will... is what it is. But I knew I was eventually gonna run into that because of the not quite catch-up mechanic. Just, well, I guess it's kind of like a catch-up mechanic, but it's it was interesting. It was nice to see, you know. Sometimes, I'm not trying to brag, but if you're always a winner, it kind of gets boring being a winner. That sounds terrible. It really does. It's just, it was nice to not, like, it was nice to be challenged. Like, okay, well, this mechanic, this catch-up mechanic is making me like, okay, I have to race, but then I still lost, and so it wasn't like, you know, it still made me interested and invested in the game, and not like, oh, my strategy's so good that I just have to, you know, kick this engine off and then boom, I'm done. No, like, I need to pay attention to more things in the game and spread out my strategy. So it was really nice. I liked it. Yeah, I lost, whatever, but I'm really enjoying this game a lot. This is our 5th game of the Rise of Queensdale Legacy series. And so, I mean, just really enjoying it. I made some stuff, got some nice little engines going. I can get 2 workers and keep one, discard the other, and then I can keep lost stuff, and then I have reactions on, you know, when I get to a point in the morale where some more buildings will kind of give me more resources. I mean, you know, you're just kind of coming to your own in this game, and it's pretty cool. You're building your little castle, your little slice of the kingdom for the king, and hopefully he will come and give you recognition, and you can be like, yes, why, thank you. I am pretty awesome. But yeah, so we're enjoying it. But
I think what you're saying about the catch-up mechanics too, I think just in part, it sort of just happened that I was the artist, which was the faction that was needed for to get the marble. So I got some free marble just kind of like by chance, and that really helped me catch up really quickly, I think. Yeah. So that wasn't even necessarily part of the catch-up mechanics of this game. It just happened that it enabled me to get a lot of points fairly quickly in this game.
I'm interested to see when my kind of faction-esque thing comes into play.
Yeah, we've seen 2 of those already,
Yeah.
or 3. Have we seen 3?
2 or 3 have combined. None of them were mine or Sarah's. But then
Well, this was
Sarah's
this is my
Sarah's
first one
fi-
today.
Yeah,
The
Sarah's
first
finally came
2 were players that are not in the game.
Yep.
And then this one was mine. And so it's going to be the next one. The next one that comes out like that will be yours. But that came out in one of these starter cards, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe in the next before the that one is whoever
Someone has
if
to be there.
yeah if someone is at this epic goal at the beginning of one game, then we'll get to read the next set of cards. So because neither one of us are going to be there at the beginning of the next game, we'll read a random story card instead.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going pretty well. But yeah.
I'm really enjoying this one. I like it a lot.
Yeah, awesome. So that is today's vlog episode of what we're playing. Hope you guys are enjoying it, and we will see you next time. Toodles!